Kia ora, hello, and welcome to Anyway, the podcast where I unpack the chaos of reality TV. I am your host, Natalie McMurray, coming to you from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Today we have the penultimate episode of Southern Hospitality. Let's get into episode 12. We're at Republic and everyone is arriving for the annual white party, which apparently is a thing. I only know of 2 annual white parties. Kyle Richards and Diddy when he used to have them. Neither of those ever seemed overly inspiring to me. Anyway, Justin looks like he's wearing pajamas. Michael arrives and he's wearing a white t-shirt with a sandy colored suit, which kind of irks me. If the theme is white, wear white. I'm not 100% sure why he's still dressed like the ground that Emmy walks all over, because she's apparently out of town, which they're all psyched about. Because let's face it, Emmy is a fucking bummer to be around. Bella and Maddie, who work the floor, are the hype girls. I don't know what the job title is. Anyway, they're wearing blue, which also irks me. Be consistent with the theme. Leva says the white party has been going for over a decade. She also says that she can guarantee that none of her staff know why they have it, and then proceeds not to offer any reason as to why they do. Very informative, Leva. TJ really doesn't give a fuck what it's about. He just knows he makes a lot of money. We then see someone dressed up as a white rose. They also have 2 white roses for hands. Brad is scared of the flower person. Does the party have something to do with gardening? Then there's some kind of Daft Punk robot guy dancing with a helmet and fairy lights. Is it a space-age EDM robot party? Blake is holding a blow-up beach ball. Is it a beach party? I'm right there along with TJ. I've not one fucking clue. Michael says he's going to have a launch party for his So.Gay photo shoot. He's got Maddie and Meredith Marks DJing. I'm sure DJ Maddie Reese, who is an actual DJ, loves being put up next to Meredith Marks, who will be pressing play on Spotify. Lovely stuff. For me as a graphic designer, that's the equivalent of something a 12-year-old made in Canva in 5 minutes being chosen over my work that I probably spent hours creating in Adobe InDesign. Anyway, Michaels tells us that his mum will be attending. So he's anxious and nervous about what she will think about a party featuring photos of him being half naked. Lake and Brad are trying to reassure him and big him up for his accomplishment. Justin, on the other hand, wants to know if he will see Michael's mushroom tip in any of the photos, which is a record scratch. Get out of here, Justin. Ugh. I've seen people say that they're attracted to Justin and the things that they would let him do to them. Honestly, I don't see it. This man grosses me out too much. I can't get past his sleazy personality. Over at Maddie's house, she's FaceTiming Meredith Marks. Turns out she's super excited for her to come and DJ. She arranged the all-woman lineup. Shows what I know. Mia comes over to TJ's place. She's reminding me of Carl from Summer House. She wants TJ to hug her harder. We find out that Mia is still casually seeing, fucking her ex Troy. He was down in Charleston last night and she now has a dislocated jaw. Clearly they had a good time. He's also giving her $8,000 for all of her shit that was stolen. Good for you, Troy. Apparently he's also looking at rings. TJ almost chokes on his salad receiving this news. We then see Michaels meeting up with his mother at Bourbon and Bubbles. He talks about when he was little, they were best friends, and she would always say that it was okay for him to be gay. But since he's come out, she barely speaks to him. She didn't even call him on his birthday. God damn. The way that she completely dismisses his feelings breaks my fucking heart. Elise comes across as pretty cold-hearted. Perhaps she's been through some shit and is that way for a reason. But you know what? Most of us have. Doesn't mean you get to treat your kid like shit. She says, if you don't stop crying, I'm gonna leave. She's apparently mad because Michael's told the truth last season about how she is with him. Moving forward, they're gonna work on communicating more effectively. I hope for Michael's sake that they can. Over at Joe Bradley's, he's mulling over ideas for a business proposal. Naturally, he's using ChatGPT. He's flooded with ideas. Most of them are pretty basic, to be honest, but at least he's trying. He wonders whether Maddie can help him make a PowerPoint. Joe, let Maddie stick to DJing, please. The world is filled with bad design jobs, and I can only take so much. My eye is now starting to twitch. We see everyone arriving at the So.Gay party. TJ points out all the gayness of the party. He's all drag queens, gay. Naked pics of Michaels everywhere, gay. Candy on the bar, Gay. Me and Lake, gay. I really hate to say it, TJ, but I've seen gayer. Turns out I was wrong about Michael's mum attending the party, which is unsurprising after that meeting. He wants to take baby steps. Fair enough. Amy arrives at the party filled with her usual delusion. She seems to think that she's a loyal, supportive friend. I'm not so sure Brad would agree with that. Grace Lily arrives and is immediately bummed out because she feels like an outsider. She misses Maddie and gets emotional. She feels like she's lost family, which makes me sad. I know I shouldn't be pointing this out at such an emotional time, but I can't help but notice she's wearing those big ass starfish earrings. We see Maddie introducing Meredith Marks. Meredith comes out and yells, "Who's ready to engage with me?" which made me laugh. This show is so unserious. I love it. She also bought caviar from her caviar line. She's getting everyone to take bumps of it. She knows how to sell her shit. I'll give her that. Later on, Lake calls her dad and tells us that her relationship with him has been getting better over the last couple of months. She wants him to come and support her upcoming art show. He doesn't necessarily seem convinced, maybe because it's supporting women. I don't know. I'm terrified of all these parents. After that, we see Maddie visiting her mum, Mary Ellen. They talk about Maddie potentially freezing her eggs. She says she's had blood tests to see if she's eligible to even do it, and she doesn't want to look at the results because she's scared. Maddie talks about how she's been through trauma with doctors in general, because she's been through a lot medically in her life, and she's been misdiagnosed. Her mum says knowledge is power, and she wants Maddie to know that she will be there every step of the way. Thank fucking God for at least one good parent on Bravo. Am I right? Joe Bradley comes to pick Maddie up. She tells him about her conversation with her mum and gets upset. Maddie is frustrated at her mum for saying knowledge is power. She wants Joe Bradley to know it's absolutely not. It's a curse. Her proof of this is Reed Richards from Fantastic Four saying his knowledge is a curse. While I understand the parallel that she's trying to draw, it's slightly problematic in the fact that Reed Richards is hyper intelligent, super smart. He can calculate risks more than any normal human being. Maddie, on the other hand, didn't even know you could freeze your embryos. She doesn't even know what an embryo is. She thinks it's a full baby. I don't want to be an asshole. I think Maddie is smart, but there's a difference between her and Reed Richards, you know? We see a bunch of people meeting up at Lamar's for a Sir Wiener's sports watching party, or something. Anyway, Joe Bradley has found TJ a potential match, which TJ is excited about. Molly is telling Brad about the drama she's had with Michols. I'm not overly invested in it, to be honest. Something about him having to do something with her being fired? All I know is Emmy stirred the pot. At the end of the episode, over at Republic, Michols gets an email notifying him that he's been demoted. He rings Maddie and says the email states, "We will be transitioning you out of the assistant manager role." He's bamboozled. He doesn't get it. An email? Really? Lever couldn't even have a face-to-face sit-down with him? What the hell? Woof. Do parent-heavy episodes stress anybody else out? Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for listening and enjoy your weekend. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.